everybody? It's your girl Nita, your favorite diva, and I'm back. Oh my god, I just realized I ain't had no earrings on. I was rushing, y'all. I was rushing to get on this screen. Okay, so we are really just talking about the debacle, the entanglement called the Oscars 2022. All right, so if you've been living underneath a rock, you already know that Will Smith done put the pause on your boy. On your boy Chris Rock. I don't mean to laugh, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. But hear me out. You guys, I really everybody is split across the board. What I want you not to do, black women especially, that's not your fight. Just let the men, let the men's handle their business, okay? That's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna be fighting with nobody in these comment sections. We're not doing none of that. So anyway, but my whole thing about this particular thing is that I think, what do I always say? Two things can be true at the same time, right? So two things can be true. Yes, Chris Rock was absolutely wrong for making. Okay, so for people that say it's a joke, okay, it's a joke. I'm gonna let you go ahead and have that. Go ahead. But the type of joke that he made about her hair, her bald head, that was in reference to a medical condition that she has. So I don't know. She's freely talked about it. It's been in the blogs. It's been on the things. We knew why she went bald, because she is going through, she had alopecia ever since 2018. So my thing is saying that that particular joke was tasteless. It was, you didn't read the room. It was tone deaf because it was initially kind of making fun of a disability. You're making fun of a condition that someone cannot help. So, and listen, we got a whole lot. I got some receipts, y'all. We got some receipts. Chris Rock, he done talked about your girl Jada Pinkett in the 2018 Oscars, Oscar So White, when he came in and did his monologue. I was trying to get it exactly. No, it was 2016. I was trying to get it exactly to the point where he was actually, when he hit a dig at her. So they've been like low-key beefing since then, right? They've been low-key beefing since 2016. So now, putting, like, listen, y'all, like, it happened so fast. Like, I was looking, I said, this gotta be fake, right? It's fake, right? It's fake. Because one minute I saw Chris say the joke, I saw Will laugh. Did y'all see him laugh? He giggled, he kikied. Jada was immediately. So, I mean, okay, let me get to y'all comments. I see y'all is blowing it up in here. Come on. Jada is immediately like uncomfortable, upset. The fact that, you know, I didn't understand how he just went from 0 to 100 real quick. He went from 0 to 100 real quick. I was like, oh my God, it was a mess. Hey, y'all. Okay, so it was funny. I thought it was. I was laughing because I was like, is this for real? Because I mean, the big open-handed. I was like, this can't be real. This is the Oscars. This is the good white people show. We doing this on the Oscars? So I was taken aback. At first, I thought it was a skit. I thought it was funny, but then you saw him walk back to his seat, and he was kind of all huffed up in his chest, right? So, and cussing. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth, out your mother. I was like, hold up. So I was taken aback. I was taken aback. Both was wrong, period. Absolutely. I say the same thing, because for one hand, we got on Will. I need you to exhibit some self-control. I need you to and just some couth. You know what I'm saying? But in Will's defense, I will defend him on this. He has been taking a lot of crap, a lot of stuff off of just the public. He's been in the blogs like constantly. Now, you know what? We not is this stunts and shows? I don't know. Because immediately after that, and I think that was somebody else, somebody said that they was going to go on the Red Table Talk. Now, if you're going on the red Table Talk day 2 after it happened, now I might think it's a stunt in the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not do this. Like, I hate this whole cycle of trying to talk about things and talk about, let me see if I can get this because I don't want to be the only one talking, but there are a lot of different sides that you can be on with this particular subject. I've seen women talk about protect Black women. How many of y'all think that if Chris Rock was talking about a white woman, A, would you be upset? And B, would it be all over the blogs? Is it a big to-do? Is it a big to-do because it's a white woman, or is it a big to-do because it's a Black woman, and then you get the outcry and the outrage on both sides? Put a 1 in the chat if you think that they would have the same type of venom and animosity if it was a white person, as if she was a white person. If that was Julia Roberts, if that was Demi Moore, would they have the same type of energy? Don't know. Okay. He talked about he didn't talk about her disease. That's correct. Like I said, 2 things can be true. But Jada Pinkett Smith was not bald because she wanted to be bald. She didn't have any choice. First of all, can we talk about Chris Rock having a documentary about good hair? Can we talk about that? Can we talk about him putting out a documentary about Black women and what they go through, the relationship with their hair, and how what they do to chemically straighten their hair, and the chemicals that they put in their hair to reach the white acceptance to have short hair? We got a law coming into legislation about women, Black people, letting the hair grow out their head the way it grows out their head. Legislation. Okay. So it's like real, like for real, like it's a real thing. Like, we're not going to sit up here and talk about, and then the most ignorant shit that I think that people are talking about when you start to bring August Alsina into this, he has no bearings on any of this. And I think that right there just shows how immature you are, and that's just on period. And because I think it's a serious thing, because this is just like trying to make fun of somebody. If you remember, it's a model that has she has a discoloration on her skin, and I think her mouth is a little white around this area, and she has patches of, that would be the same type of thing. You know what I'm saying? It's the same type of thing. I feel the Christian Knight said it. Yes. And I mean, I felt like, gosh, I mean, I just felt like Jada should have been off limits for him because of the fact of their past history about the Oscars and everything that was going on about that. I just think she find another bald-headed lady in the thing. I don't know. Like, I'm still trying to figure out, like, where was he coming with that? I'm like, this G.I. Jane too. I'm like, I get it. It's the Oscars. It's a movie, all of that. But at the same time, I'm just like, y'all, I didn't think it was. And I think what's the most important thing is that Will showed us that you're not gonna keep on playing in his face. So all he gotta do is do that one time, baby. You think he gonna have that problem again? I don't think so. Because she wasn't Happy. She saw him laugh. Okay. Chris Rock is a comedian. They all make jokes, funny or not. Hey Jimmy, how you doing? Yeah, it's a little hard being a comedian in this day and age, but because a lot of times back in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, before social media, a lot of people had to suffer with whatever word vomit that came out your mouth and you called it a joke, and it was harmful to them. It caused them suicidal ideations. Some people have killed themselves over words. So you just really, really, really need to like tread really, really lightly when you're talking about people and their diseases. And I feel like, who wrote his jokes? Like, I mean, was he off the cuff? Did anybody clear it? Like, somebody was like, she got a disease, maybe you might not want to do that. Like, usually there's some kind of barrier of, I mean, unless it was off the fly. Unless it's off the fly, I don't know. He said, keep your wife name out my wife name out your mouth. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I believe Chris did know about her condition. Will channel his inner Rick James. I bet you won't nobody else come slick mouth to him. I bet you that. And there's a lot of, like, I have a Nikki Gilbert. She actually came and she said a mouthful. And like I tell you, this is not the Black women's, this is not our fight. Let them do what they do. But because his wife is a Black woman, then I think a lot of people are weighing in on it. It says, I understand it's the Oscars, so everyone is appalled, but where is the outrage for the daily abuse women in the industry endure that leads to mental health issues and depression? Where's the outrage when it leads to them jumping off buildings? Where is the outrage over the salaries Will Smith had to negotiate for the cast? Or the Supreme Court Justice nominee who just had to sit through a public hazing? People are so appalled that someone finally stood up and said enough. Yeah, he could have handled it quietly, but it was done publicly. This is let me take her off. This is my opinion. It was done publicly, and so it can be corrected publicly. You see how that works? Okay. Then what she say? Honestly, but some things need to be said loud. Honestly, hold on, I gotta take this comment off. Sorry, Jimmy. He could have handled it quietly, but some things need to be said loudly or loud. Honest is long overdue. People have been silent to this bullshit in this business, and it took a good slap to wake people up. Good morning. Hello. And I love that. I love that because it kind of encompasses if you ever notice me, I always a voice for the voiceless. I'm a voice for the people who are oppressed. So that's why you see me tout LGBT women and all this stuff. And I think with white supremacy, you guys like have this hierarchy. And that's where we get this whole thing. And if you're not careful, you'll end up being the same thing that you're trying to fight. That's why I don't like when people go about a man being gay. That's nonsense. Let's not do that. And that's that's another thing where you're creating a hierarchy. You put them down there low and you think less of them. So that's what I'm saying about that. As far as the the hierarchy and when we're doing things like that. Let me get through some of this. Will is wrong. It was just a joke. You don't need to get physical for a joke. Okay. He was standing up for his wife. I 100% agree. And like I said, words have consequences. Now, could he have exercised some self-control, some self-discipline? Yes, he absolutely could have. But at the same time, I don't know. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought it was unprofessional. I thought it was a bit harsh and rash. It was very it was very reactionary because like I said, like actually just saw a clip of him laughing at the joke and then hauling off, smacking him in the face. I was like, wait a minute, what is going on here? And then when I thought about it, I said, oh, the joke. Hey, y'all. Hey. And I was just saying, like, your words have consequences. Sometimes you're going to have to square up for them words. You know what I'm saying? You want to come with that energy. Listen, and if his wife did take it as a joke and she wasn't offended to it, then maybe it would have been a different situation. But because she wasn't, and he knows, and he's seen her cry and seen her hair come out in her hands, and he's seen all of that, so that joke just doesn't, like, for me, I didn't get the joke right away. So that's why I'm thinking maybe Will might have just thought, okay. But then he kind of got a reality check when he looked at his wife. So I'm thinking that that's how that went down. That is how that went down. You don't know what Chris Rock knows. How do you know what that man know? I'm just saying. Love you, Jimmy. Yeah, I've been saying that all day. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, I'm getting in here. Y'all want to call in? I put the link in there. Hold on, let me pin it. Y'all want to come in to give your opinion? Because like I said, I don't have a dog in the fight. I try not to concern myself with this type of thing. I'm gonna have some commentary. I'm gonna have some commentary for sure. Hey, B Grant, we got you in here. Hold on, let me take Jimmy's name off here.
Hi, this is Savannah.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm feeling much better today.
Great. I love your hair. Look, we love
color.
Oh,
thank you. I got it from You Nice. I got it from You Nice.
Okay. What you got to say about Chris Rock and Will Smith?
I was disappointed. I was disappointed, but I kind of understand Will too, because that August thing, I think he's been ridiculed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he just never reacted to it. And I just felt like if he would have did that with August, or whatever the guy's name, I could have understood it. But I wish he would have pulled Chris Rock aside. I don't like when black folks act like that in public.
I get that, but the race politics, it really doesn't really work, in my opinion. Like, I mean, you could try to be politically correct, but they'll still steamroll you when it's time to steamroll you. They're not gonna really have your back when it's time to have your back if you're trying to placate to be the good black person. And you know what I'm saying? It's just like sometimes.
Yeah, I understand, but I just hope that they don't take his Oscar away. That's what I heard that they were going to do.
Yeah, they were considering it, but I think they already ruled that they were not. I think I saw something on Deadline. I got an email, but I didn't get a chance to read it.
Okay. Because that's what I was concerned about.
Yeah. And I hear a lot of people say that this was embarrassing for black men. It was embarrassing. And let me ask you a question. I put it in, posed it to everybody. If the woman was a white woman that he was protecting, do you think that the reaction would be any different?
They probably would have escorted Will out of the building.
That too. And also, if Chris Rock would have been a white person saying that joke, Will would have been in handcuffs, right? So that's why I say about that playing race politics and trying to be the better person. Sometimes that just doesn't work. That's what I'm thinking. So, I mean, like I said, I don't have a dog in the fight. I said two things can be true at once. I think Chris Rock was wrong, but in hindsight, like I had to really get it. Like I didn't get it right away. Like it was.
I thought they were joking. Yeah, honestly,
so subtle. You could have missed it. You could have missed it. That you didn't even understand that. With her.
only time I know they weren't joking is when Will went to his seat and he said, bleep, 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 bleep. And I
Yeah.
could read his lips.
Right, right.
Mm.
That's what I said. That's why I thought I don't think that there was any malice behind what Chris Rock was saying. However, comma, they have a history. So, but it wasn't like a full on dig. You know what a full on dig, like you would get it, like everybody would get it. But the fact that it took a minute for everybody to kind of understand what was going on, I think that kind of speaks to the innocence that was behind the comment. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so like I said, I see both sides. I got another person coming in. So thank you so
Okay,
much.
thank you.
All right. Hey,
What
Brilla.
up, bro?
What's up, Brilla?
Chilling. You know, I had to pop on here and talk about this slap real quick. I'm not here to bash Will Smith because we all been there before. But you know, you got to keep your cool. That wasn't right what he did,
Right.
at all. And we're not gonna make him out to be the hero of protecting the woman. You know,
Right.
protecting the black woman. And I kind of hate this narrative that women are these docile creatures that need protection from the big man. You know, no, they need our support. Okay, if you're in a dangerous situation, of course you're supposed to lay it down for your woman. That's something that should be done. If we out and somebody try to harm you or something, of course I'm gonna fight. But you know, I was in Vegas last month, and I had a little situation, and my woman protected me from myself because I was angry and ready to take it there. So she kind of grabbed me down, like, you know, calmed me down in the situation, like it's not that serious, because I felt like she was being disrespected, and I was ready to take it there. But her knowing that it's not even worth it, you just can't move like that. But like I said, we all had those moments of weakness. It's just funny. What up, support? What up, though? It's just funny, you know, seeing it play out. Like they don't live the lives that we live. They're living in a totally different world.
Right.
I'm from a place where if you put your hands on somebody, you got to be willing to die behind that or go to prison behind that. For one, I'm not. If I got to get physical with you, Nita, over my wife,
right,
it's gonna be much worse than a slap. And she know it's a chance that I could be locked up or something or worse.
right,
So
right.
I
Yeah.
know he going through a lot with everything, and that probably just wasn't directed towards Chris Rock. Now, Chris Rock is a comedian. Everybody's not gonna like your joke. Was it distasteful for her situation? Yes, but we've all heard comedians say way worse about your situation than what Chris Rock said at the Oscars. So, Will, I respect it. If you're gonna have that energy, you gotta have that energy all the time and with everybody who say something about your wife.
Right.
From here on forth. I mean, and big shout out to Chris Rock too, because I didn't want to see them dudes rumbling at the Oscars.
Right.
That took a lot right there for him to restrain himself. Because even if you're gonna take an L in a fight, like I don't think I'm a big enough man to have done that. So I do recognize that from Chris Rock to have done that, because we don't need to see them fighting at the Oscars.
Exactly.
You imagine that spilling out in the crowd, and shout out to Chris Rock for that. But like I said, I can't bash Will.
I felt like it was a human moment. It was a human moment.
Human moment. Like I said, I probably could have went to jail last month for no reason.
Right.
When it wasn't even worth it. Her life, she wasn't in danger. Then you protect somebody, and women not these docile creatures. They don't need us to protect their feelings. They just need us to be there for them, to listen to them. And if somebody does try to abduct them or do something to them, then we need to stand up and treat it as such. But they don't. The women I grew up around and who raised me, they don't need me to protect their feelings at all. They will step on something before I step on something. So that's just how I was raised. I'm not with that. Women need a big man to protect them. No, we got to support each other. Just like I said, my wife protected me from myself. Because what happens if I hit this dude and he drunk, he fall and bash his skull in, and I catch a murder charge over nothing.
Right. Right.
or I get locked up just on the strip, just in general.
Right.
Whole vacation ruined because of my pride.
Right. And you know how long he's worked to get that Oscar, and the Academy could take it away from him, but I think they already deliberated and they closely considered doing it, but they decided not to. And for him to work so hard to get to that moment, you know, the Oscars is a whole nother thing. We know about that whole trying to get acceptance from white people and all of that. That's a whole nother conversation. But we're talking about it now. So this whole thing, him working this hard to get there, and then he just like he could have risked it all. Like he didn't know how that was gonna go.
Yeah, when you steaming and you seeing red, it happens. That's why I'm not gonna bash the dude. But I came up here because I'm seeing a narrative of him being a hero and protecting the black woman, and I'm all for that, or women in general, not just black women. But no, that's not how we teach it. That's not how I'm teaching my sons to protect women. You don't jump off the roof. And I'm sitting up here saying it's hard to sit back and not react. That's what separates being a man from being a boy.
Right.
And I have trouble with it myself,
right,
being able to sit back and think on things and be cerebral in that way. It's tough, it's part of being a woman or a man. That's what separates us. We can't act on emotion.
Right.
How many people locked up right now who acted on emotion, who wouldn't put hands on somebody who really didn't, when it really wasn't on the line like that?
Right. Yeah. And like I said, he risked it all. But that's what I was saying too. I think Chris has been like giving like little jabs and stuff at Will and his family for years. Says people have to understand everybody has a breaking point. Just saying.
Yeah, that was his breaking point. Like, I ain't bashing
that.
But that wasn't the only even joke even that night about them. You know what I'm saying? Because I watched it. People was joking. It was a couple of lightweight jabs towards them. And I've heard people say way worse. Like you said, that was just the straw that broke the camel's back.
Right.
So to speak. So it's just funny watching it play out and seeing and hearing people's opinions on it and stuff like that. Just I'm cool with it. Just stop making this man the poster boy for protecting. No, that's not how we protecting around here. We protecting from real threats.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Everybody said agreed. That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what it is. And I just hate the way the internet has to be team Chris or team. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, two things could be true at once. And so let's look at it with some nuance.
I'm not against Will Smith. Hey,
man
made a mistake. That could have been me last month. Would have been me.
Right. That's what I say. It's like sometimes you gotta look at things a little nuanced. It's not just always black and white. There's some different layers that's in there. And
the joke wasn't even that bad, but I'm not living that life. Like I've heard comedians say way worse things about Michael Jackson. Can you imagine the stuff they said about Whitney Houston when she was alive? She heard all of that stuff. Bobby Brown ain't coming on stage smacking somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he has like a real live medical condition that is kind of like
it's
not her fault. You know what I'm saying? So
I didn't know about it, but I don't keep up with all that type of stuff like that. I don't watch her red table talks or anything like that. So me not knowing about it, I'm sure he probably knew about it. And like I said, it's a thin line with comedy. To me, comedians get somewhat of a pass, but I mean, because they joke about the Holocaust, slavery, all type of taboo topics. But in that moment, we'll let his emotions get the best of him because, like you said, he's a human. So,
right. And with all of the scandal that they've been having and going through, I mean, like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And then he just had to run in with what's her name? The transgender girl, I forget her name, Laverne Cox.
Oh, yeah, Laverne
and
Cox.
He brought up the entanglement. It's like one of these things, like it's like one thing on top of another, and I just feel like maybe that was the straw.
He was just fed up. That was the straw. It's kind of refreshing to see, but I'm glad. I don't want people to think that's the way you conduct yourself, because you can't do. They're not living the same world that we live in.
Right.
I'm from a place where serious situations can happen by you putting your hands on somebody. You put your hands on somebody, you got to be willing to take it wherever they're willing to go.
Yeah.
Like, what happens if Chris Rock fights back or his security start roughing Will Smith up? Like, rightfully so.
Right.
You know, if Chris Rock's security come out the back and start beating brakes off Will Smith, would they be wrong? No, I don't think they would be at all.
No.
Do we want to see Will Smith get the brakes beat off him by Chris Rock security? No, you got to think. And Jada,
right?
You got to grab your man, just like my wife protected me from myself. You got to protect Will in this moment. You got to grab him, say, "Chill, don't do that."
Right.
Will, I think
sometimes it takes like an outside person to kind of bring you back. But for me, I don't know. I felt like maybe that's what actually inflamed him. Like, I don't know if she knew that that's what he was going to do. I'm assuming that
he probably didn't know. She probably had no clue.
Right.
I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. Like, she would have grabbed him if she knew. She probably was like, "What is he?" She probably was just as surprised as everybody else, but now she got to roll with it. I mean,
right. I just think it was just a moment in time that just went totally left. And, you know what I'm saying? I just want people to, you know, kind of hush the chatter about, you know, like I said, it's just like, I don't like that whole team this and team that or whatever. Understand what was wrong. You take some self-reflection and don't you act like that. But you know what I'm saying? It's over and done with, and just let it be what it is. But people in the comments having all kinds of arguments.
Comedians, like, come on now.
Right.
I don't know if that would have went down like that if it was somebody like Mike Epps, a cat. They'd have been tussling out there. And another thing I kind of don't respect is that it was Chris Rock, and Chris Rock predicates his comedy on self-deprecation. Like, he vehemently says he's not a fighter, he can't fight. Will Smith's way bigger than this dude. And I don't think he would have did that to Seinfeld. Seinfeld said the same thing, but then we bring a racial undertones in it. But I'm just going to say it. He wouldn't have done that to a white man.
Right.
If it was Larry David, Seinfeld, or one of those white comedians, he wouldn't have done that to someone who I think would have fought him. That's the sucker move that I will say.
Right.
He wouldn't have done that to Mike Epps or even Lil Cat Williams. He wouldn't have done that to at all.
Yeah, but you know, the thing is about that, I feel like it's just like these type of microaggressions that people have to take. Like, you know, I feel like he's been taking a lot of jabs, and he's always kind of been the stand-up guy, and he's always kind of like, you know, let it roll off. You know what I'm saying?
Cerebral. I think he could have accomplished the same thing by yelling out, "Hey man, cut that ish out." Just, you know, ruining it. People would have been looking awkward too. Like, he could have got at him backstage.
Right.
It's ways to take up for your woman if she feeling in that situation, but he just went about it wrong.
Right.
If he would have yelled out what he yelled out before afterwards, I think he would have accomplished the same thing as he did with the slap. Not as, you know, viral or funny, but he still would have got his point across.
Right.
That's all that needed to happen. At the end of the day,
instead of the actual act,
right. Or doing his speech, he could have went off on Chris. Like, you know what, we going through some stuff. All these jokes that you saying is not funny. People, that would have been more powerful to me after his, you know, during his acceptance speech. If he told everybody, you know, like what's going on. That's part of calming down and thinking about how you're going to approach, because he knew he was going to win the award. It wasn't no secret. He was going to have his chance to address everything. He could have addressed Chris then.
Right. Yeah, well, I don't know. That's all I wanted to just jump on here. I guess we don't got too many people.
When I saw you was coming on, I'm like, I got to get on here because I don't even want to touch this on my live later today. So I got it on.
I ain't got no smoke. I think people probably was thinking I had smoke for it, but I was just like, no. You know, the celebrity stuff is just like, okay.
Like I said, they're not living in our world. And plus, we'll just, you know, it happens. I try not to let it happen a lot. When you're dealing with wives and things like that, it happens. You lose, you get upset. You need somebody to dial you back. Just one of those human situations.
Yes, y'all hit the like button on your way in and out. I see everybody coming in here. I gotta get ready to go to school, so yeah. Oh shit, I ain't know it's almost 5 o'clock. All right. So thanks so much, Brillo, for coming
Have a great
on.
day.
I appreciate you. Thanks for everybody in the chat that joined me. And yeah, all right. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.